morning. It's day 2 and it's not raining. The weather was wrong once again. I even looked at I pulled down the weather on my Garmin last night and it said it's supposed to be raining. Nothing. Maybe it'll rain later today. I mean, I'm hoping it doesn't rain, but they were calling for it. A little breezy last night. I slept really, really good. I think I was out by like 8:30 or something like that. And I woke up at 5:30, so 9 hours of sleep. That was really, really nice. I only woke up once to have to go to the bathroom because I'm old, but other than that, man, I slept right through the night, slept really good. I could hear Pine Creek way down there. You can hear it now. And you can hear the birds. There was an owl hooting earlier. But yeah, it's, I think it's like 6 o'clock now. But I'm gonna eat and have some coffee and just wait till it gets totally light and then I'll just move on out. For breakfast today, it's pretty much what I have every trip. I'm gonna have this one is, can't see it without my glasses. This is strawberry. This is a legendary pastry. It's like supposed to be like a Pop-Tart, but it has 20 grams of protein. So I'm gonna have this. Where's my protein bar? It should be in here somewhere. The Costco protein bar and some of the trail mix. And usually with this trail mix, I make a big bag of it for each day, and it's just basically the omega-3, I think it's called, from Walmart's brand of trail mix. And then I put in this trip, I put in some peanut butter morsels. Sometimes I'll put in peanut butter M&Ms. Then I put dark chocolate. I didn't for this trip, but I make a big bag of it, and I eat some of it with each meal. It's like an easy way, and I snack on it throughout the day. It's just one of those things I do. And of course, I'm gonna have my Alpine Start coffee. And I'm coughing because I was drinking some water before my coffee was made and went down the wrong pipe. Water is boiling now. I'm just waiting for it, and waiting for it. I think next trip I might bring my, might start using my canister stove because it's faster and less parts to set up. So I might do that. I know Dakota was going to do that as well. Switch from back to, I've been using this for like 3 years now, I should say an alcohol stove for about 3 years, but I'll try my Pocket Rocket Deluxe. The only problem is, all things being equal, my canister stove set is 5 ounces heavier than my alcohol stove set. But I mean, that's not really that much, but still it is. It's still an additional weight. But for longer trips, definitely my canister stove, because there becomes a point when you have to take too much alcohol fuel if you're planning on like boiling water and cooking and stuff a lot. And then it becomes heavier because you're carrying more fuel over time. So, so we'll see how that works. But right now I'm going to mix my coffee. I think my water is just about done. Thank you. Coffee is just so good in the morning. Maybe it's just having a hot drink, but this hammock last night was very comfortable. And the material is 1.9. I don't think it's named yet, but basically 1.9. You hear me talk about numbers when I'm talking about what type of material. The number is usually the weight. So this is a 1.9, which means that it's 1.9 ounces per square yard of material. So that's basically what that means. And sometimes you equate the higher number with less stretch and more weight limit, and that's usually true. So the lower the number, the less the weight limit, the more stretch you're going to have. Higher the number, higher the weight limit, and the higher the stretch. And I know I think I got 1.8 or 1.6, I think, on my other Chameleon. I think that's like a 350-pound weight limit. I don't know what this is. This is 1.9, but again, you can't have much stretch when this is attached, or else the down will spread out, compress, and then you're not gonna be able to. You're not gonna have the warmth. it was a different experience not having to reach out and go over and always, every time I used to get in or rolled over or moved around, I always had to reach out, make sure that my underquilt was under my shoulder. I don't have to do that with this one. This is really, I mean, I could roll around and whatever, never had to worry, but didn't have to set it up. I don't have the suspension right now in my way. You don't have to worry about suspension, so I like this concept overall. I mean, I really like it. Another downside I was thinking of too is, say your hammock tears and you need to get a new hammock. Well, you have to get a new hammock and new quilt unless you can send it somewhere to get repaired, but uh-oh. I hear the pitter-patter of raindrops. The rain is starting. Well, I guess the weather was right for once. Imagine that. You know, I almost took a tent this trip. And of course I, you know, went with the hammock. But that's one thing with a hammock. When you have your tarp, or even just tarp camping, I have all this space. Most people I think I did a video about some of the myths of hammock camping, but so people just think inside your hammock is all the space you have. No, 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 that is not true. All this is my shelter. Just like your tent. Your tent is more confined. So if you have like a 1 or 2 person tent, that's it, that's your area. I have all this to work with. Look, I'm all spread out. Everything's just strewn all throughout under my tarp. And one of the nice things is when it rains, number one, I can sit here and look out and everyone else is kind of cramped in their hot tent. Now, when I have a door, I could put the doors down and so forth, and hunker down in the storm. But normally, I can just sit here and watch the rain. If I want to hunker it down, I can. If I had my doors, I could shut them. But you have all this space. And now, so when it is raining and you're packing up or setting up, I just leave the tarp up. I'll have everything packed, take my tarp, and if I really wanted to, and I did this on the Susquehannock Trail with Dakota, I got done, well, almost complete setup, I almost got finished setting up or tearing down before he did. And I just put my pack and my sit pad down, and I sat here under my tarp until he was ready to go. I mean, there's a lot of room under a tarp, is my point. And you can stay dry, and you can stand up, and you can walk around. You can't do that in the tent unless you have a giant, like 6-person tent, which who's going to carry that backpacking? As far as points of interest today, the biggest point of interest is the part, this whole area is called the Pennsylvania Grand Canyon, and you have a couple views on this first day of the gorge, and but later today, about 3 miles from the end of the trail, you're going to see it opens up a little bit more. Several canyons intersect, and it's wider. It's just really neat. You can really see farther, and that's what this trail is famous for, is those views specifically. But the second half of the trail, I really enjoy more than the first half. The landscape is just different. First half, it's kind of rocky. I don't know. It's weird. It's just that it's up and down the first half. The second half is just the landscape changes more, and I enjoy that a little bit more. Little pitter-patter of rain stopped. I don't want to jinx it, but I may luck out. Most likely I won't. I'm sure I'll get drenched. You know, back to this hammock. This is a 40-degree underquilt, but they do come in multiple denominations. I think it's 40, 20, and 0. Don't quote me on that because it might be 10, 30, and 40. I don't know. But I think it's like 40, 20, and 0, I believe. But again, I'm going to do a whole video on it. But I'm thinking not just in warmer months, but what I'm going to use is I'm going to use this in the winter too. I mean, because you know how you can stack quilts, so that if you have like 240s, I think, can take you down to 10 degrees, I think. And this is 40. I have a 40-degree underquilt. I can put that on here. And that way, overall, I have less bulk. Weight is not so much an issue in the winter, more so than bulk, because the more down you have, it just takes up so much more space, and you have to have a bigger backpack or pull a polk, and it's hard to do around this area. But, I mean, I could stack a 40, or Dutch offers, with any of the other chameleons, another zip-on underquilt that zips on. And that's a 40 degree. So I may buy that. I'm not sure yet. So in the wintertime, you know, or even when it's getting, you know, when it's below probably like 20 degrees, because I have a 20 degree quilt, you know, then I could take this and add another 40 or a 30 or my 20. And, or I even have a 0, so I could even add that and get way down if I would have to. But yeah, that's one thing. This is fixed at a 40 degree. You know, you can't switch out quilts, but you can stack them. So this can, if you get this for summer and you already have another quilt, put that underneath it and use it for winter. It's starting to rain again. But in addition to the benefits of the rain, another reason why I like a hammock is because besides just the comfort of sleep, like I can sit here like a recliner, like a lounge chair, and I have my clothes bag here to kind of just, you know, I can rest my head on, and so I can make sure I sit upright a little bit more. Or you can use it as a chair and sit upright like I did last night to eat dinner. I just sat in here and ate because there's no place to sit here. But there's absolutely no place to sit other than the ground here, so I just figured I'll just sit up here. But it's comfortable because you can use it as a chair. You can lean back in it from this way and kind of just stare out, or sit like I am with your legs up. But especially after you're hiking a long day, when you get to camp and you just want to lounge around and just talk to your friends, as long as they're hung, you know, somewhere around you. It's just so much more versatile, comfortable, I think. You know, I was cleaning out just rinsing out my mug, and it reminded me about my platypus filter. I just got a new one, only because I backpack a lot, and this one only has like 1,000 liters, and I've had my other one for like 3 years, so it still had a great flow rate, but I thought I was getting close to that 1,000 liters. So, and that's based off, if you do the math, like 6 liters a day, 6 to 8 liters a day, and you figure out over so many years, over so many trips, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, I hate math, but look at the flow rate. I mean, this is just one-handed squeezing it, and the water comes, when it's full, the water comes out even more because there's more pressure. But this, man, this has a lot. This has a very, I can fill, when I did this, it only took me to fill this to almost full. And this is a 500 milliliter pot. So probably 12 to 14 ounces I put in here. I don't know, 15, 20 seconds. I mean, and when I had my Sawyer, I was sitting there squeezing and squeezing and squeezing. But so far, you know, now they come in different colors. I noticed you can get it in, I think, a purple, a blue, this green, and I think a pink, I believe. So I might get Carly a pink one. But, and they're now 0.7 ounces lighter than their previous version. So I don't know how that works, but I love this filter. I'm never switching back to anything else. And now it's raining harder now. Can you hear it? That sound of rain on my Dyneema. Here it comes. You know, if I would have got up when I normally do, and on a trail by like 5:30, I mean, it's almost 7:30 now, or 7 o'clock, I'd have had a couple hours of dry hiking. Not now. And my tarp would have been dry. I wouldn't have had to hang it out to dry. So I'm going to have to do that now. Oh well, I'm just going to sit here for a little bit and watch the rain, I think. I'm in no hurry. I only got like 11 and a half, 12 miles, something like that. That'll take me, well, normally on dry conditions, 5 hours, but I don't know. We'll see. All right, I guess I gotta get moving. It's starting to pour down rain. I'm just nice and dry. I don't want to get out in the water and the rain. It's pouring. Maybe I'll sit here for a little bit and just watch the rain. Now this is laziness. I've been packing my backpack laying down. Man, that's lazy. I won't even sit up. I'm packing everything up laying down. The only thing is, the next thing to go in here is the hammock itself. I guess I'm gonna have to get up. Oh, I don't want to. Oh man, maybe I'll sit here again for a little bit longer. It's cold, it's 52 degrees. Oh, what to do, what to do. I got my sweatsuit on. I took my fleece off though. This should keep me warm enough, but I'm going to keep it near the top after I put my hammock in my pack liner in case I do get cold. But I want this dry. I didn't want to start out with it because start going up and down hills, I get sweaty and then this gets wet. And this, I do have my puffy, but you know, this is my mid layer, what I would wear to hike in. I just don't want to get it wet in case I would need it later on. Well, the end of my hammock is damp from the rain. And that's only this little bit. I don't know. If they're calling for rain, I may have to use my doors. But this is one of the issues with this hammock is that the stuff sack is really big and this is a small backpack, so it doesn't quite fit. So I just have to stuff it in, which is fine. But you just have to keep it off the ground so it doesn't get ruined. Man, it's pouring, but I'm staying under my tarp and I'm staying nice and dry. Now I do have the tarp a little bit low because I knew it was going to rain. And that's why I'm kind of crossed over, but I get to pack all this stuff up and stay nice and dry. Last thing that would have to come down is the tarp itself. Quiet and peaceful walking today. Just watching the rain. So far it hasn't been too bad. I'm just kind of taking my time. It is a little hard to film though, because the camera gets wet. It's hard to push the buttons and touch the screen, and gets water on the lens, hard to wipe off. So I have a lens cloth that I'm keeping in a Ziploc bag now. But, that makes it easier to kind of wipe it off as you go. And it's just a steady rain right now. Can't really see down on the gorge down there. You're walking along that just about the whole time because there's fog down there and you can't really see down. But we're going down. We will be in that fog here soon. Then we go right back up and down and so forth. It's a really, really nice hike. Going on 11 o'clock, and I'm going to stop here to eat a little snack, I think. Maybe have a hot beverage here to warm me up a little bit. I'm soaking wet. you know, this jacket and pants were keeping me dry, and then I started going uphill and I started sweating. But I can't take off the jacket now because there's a slight breeze some way. I mean, it stopped raining, but and then you get chilled. So I think I got maybe, I don't know, 5 miles left. I didn't look at the map yet. I don't even know where I'm at. I mean, I know where I'm at from hiking this several times. I just don't know how many miles are left. I'm going to eat a snack and then move on. Sitting here starting to boil my water, and it started raining, so I kind of loosely strung up my tarp so I can have a place to sit under. I think I might raise the sides up a little bit because it's kind of on me, but that's another benefit of having a hammock. Here we are at lunchtime, and I just strung up my tarp between 2 trees, and I can sit here on a nice chair, and I'm out of the rain for lunch. I am finished with the trail. Just made it to the northern terminus. That's 30 miles in. Today I think was 11 and a half, 12 miles, somewhere between there. But it was a fun trip. Rain today though, but it was really beautiful in the rain. It's just something different. But it wasn't pouring down rain the whole time. It was raining off and on. I just took my gear off maybe, I don't know, about a half an hour ago. Because the sun started peeking out and it started getting warm. But anyway, I'm done. I'm now gonna load up my car, get some dry clothes on, and go find me a burger somewhere. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.